So we've got 6 days on the ground in Japan here, and it's actually been quite a flat out trip. We've had plenty of riding, plenty of cultural experiences.
I've never been to Asia, so it's been absolutely amazing to actually be immersed in the culture of Japan's incredible. The food here, I've eaten a lot of food.
I've been to the snow in Japan many times before for ski photography. And I was chatting to my friends in the tourism board, and they were all getting really excited about the mountain bike scene that was slowly developing, and decided that, yeah, we can make it work and we should come back and do a trip.
Well, Japan is well known for skiing, but imagine all the snow's gone. What's left? Mountains. That's where the trails are at.
We've been really fortunate to be hooked up with some wicked locals in each place we've gone to that have shown us around and you know, shown us where the good trails are, because it's not super obvious at this point.
It doesn't really rainforesty, doesn't it?
Yeah, looks like New Zealand. The onsens are really cool. There's just, underneath us right now is just boiling water everywhere. So dig down and you'll get a hot pool of water.
The onsens are natural, geothermal, and full of minerals. Pretty much anywhere you dig, you'll find hot water, is what people say. There's just so much geothermal activity going on everywhere, so many volcanoes, but there's always hot water coming up somewhere.
I think the 3rd day we were here in Japan, we went to a place called Trail Cutter, which was a 3-hour drive from where we were staying.
We had the amazing opportunity to visit these trails built by one very dedicated mountain biker, Natori-san, and they're called Trail Cutter, it's his business. So he's painstakingly built by hand with a group of local shredders these incredibly long and amazing trails.
He knows about taking care of the forest, and he has these rules like, if it rains, it's over, we don't ride. If you skid, you're out. No sliding and stuff like that. He gets really angry. But that's it made actually a good thing, because now he's starting to get some publicity. By far, he's the most successful guy in Japan doing this, I would say.
We're gonna go ride a 6,000 vertical foot mountain in Japan, in the Alps of Japan. Didn't know there are Alps here, but there are, so.
We weren't really 100% sure what to expect. We'd heard that the rules were quite strict. All the rules were there to preserve the trails and to allow bikers to continue biking there. So we started riding quite cautiously, and because we didn't want to rip up any dirt basically. But following Natori, he was just starting to flow the track and go faster and rip up the corners a bit more. And as the day went on, we got more and more confidence. And I reckon by the end of the day, I was pretty much riding like normal, trying to just block out the fact that I might get in trouble. But he was stoked on it. So.
Front dogs. Trail Cutter in Ina was unreal, one of the best trails I've ever ridden. I think because you can't skid on it, so the people that have ridden it have taken really good care, so it's pretty much just riding fresh Brown Pow. It's the best.
I don't even know how it would have been formed, but there's heaps of places where you could have so many different lines. Heaps of natural doubles if you sort of got the flow and knew where you were going. And as Casey would say, there's lots of Brown Pow.
Brown Pow. Oh yeah.
Thank you. ありがとう.
It's always a bit of a challenge. Every photographer will be one of those grumpy, frustrated people getting up at stupid o'clock in the morning to get that early morning light. But you know, when you're working with professionals and you go back and you download your shots at the end of the day and you flick through and you're like, that was awesome. I'm glad I was there.
They've got the perfect areas and they've got ski fields willing to open up and build tracks. Dirt they've got is amazing. Through the trees, it's loam.
A lot of it's being just mowed, wide open stuff, which is really fun to ride.
Smashing ski runs, big off camber, rocks, roots, all through the trees.
Not just biking, you know, it's been really fun hanging out with the guys and shooting them experiencing Japan for the first time, and the culture and the onsens and the food and the, you know, we've been up to shrines and we've walked through 4,000-year-old cedar trees and eaten grasshoppers for breakfast. All sorts, it's all part of it. And that's what I really hope, that people, you know, coming to Japan to come biking are gonna, you know, it's not just about shredding in your bike, it's about being immersed in this completely crazy and wonderful different culture that's, you know, like nothing else you'll ever experience.
Well, every time I got asked by someone about mountain biking scene in Japan, they don't really know if mountain biking really exists in Japan. It's definitely growing for sure. There's so many owners, like even just on one trail, sometimes there are like 30 to 40, so it's kind of tough for a trail builder to ask each one of them to get a permission. So what all the volunteering groups do is that picking up garbages on the trail, tell them what kind of people they are and what kind of task they want to do to make the community better.
It's definitely a culture that's really good at keeping their ways and doing things the right way and making sure that any change that they make is deliberate and not going to destroy part of their land. So I think that's really amazing.
You know, they're seeing such an increase in visitors and they're really keen to try and get this going in the summer, in the green season. So I sort of compare it a little bit to when skiing was, you know, it was a little bit iffy and whether you could go in the trees or whether it was allowed, and sort of I see similarities and a bit of an unknown, bit of a grey area around the biking. But I think as things start to open up, they'll realise that it's actually, you know, we're not hurting the mountains and it's going to be profitable for getting tourists here, well, getting Western bikers here in the summer, you know.
Everyone knows of Japan in winter, it was with epic skiing and powder. And I don't see why in summer that it can't be big, because they've got all the ski hills are just waiting there.
What we're gonna do is blowing some stuff up for the last night of Japan trip. Let's just have fun.